So as I continue to watch the movie, Mariposa de Barrio, I see how the baby daddy Trino treated Jenny by like treated her like crap in front of people in public. Like I remember feeling so fucking embarrassed of being treated like that out in public on the street because he would assume things. He would just totally fucking assume things that were not even real, were not even true. And I would think, why does he think that, you know? At some point I think I got over it. Like trying to figure out why he thought like that. It just became like, oh my god, he thinks that, and oh my god, I have to. I don't even know what. I don't even know what else. I like. I didn't know what else to do next. I just remember me thinking like, I want to convince him that it's not true. How can I tell him and tell him that it's not true? How can I make him believe that this is not happening? And it was just so freaking frustrating. I remember for my birthday, it was one of my birthdays, and we were having a gathering at the Acapulco, and I invited high school friends. I invited like people, you know, family friends, and we were there to have a good time for my birthday. And then all of a sudden, like we were in there, it was just starting to pop, and I went to the restroom with a few girls. And when I came out, this guy asked me to dance, and he touched my hand. And I remember that day, I just looked at the man, and I was like, "Oh, don't even touch me." As soon as I said that, I turned around and I saw this motherfucker like running towards me, but I thought he was gonna like attack the dude. He went and pushed me down to the floor, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, literally, you should be fucking this fool up, not me. What is your problem? And long story short, the bouncers kicked us out, and he literally had the nerve to say, I instigated that. Like, I got his attention for him to touch me, that it was my fault. And like, I couldn't understand where these things were coming from. And at some point, like I said, it's like, it became normal. It became normal for him to feel like this. It became normal for him to think these things. And I just like, I would hope that he wouldn't think these things anymore, but it was just a constant thing over and over and over, year by year, month after month. 3 months were fine, and then 6 months were fine, and then again, bam, it would happen again. And I did not notice that it was a cycle until many years later. I didn't know I was stuck on a cycle. Also, I was tripping out on the movie how the sister and the mom had so much control over this man, like so much control over him and who he's with, who he should be with, who he should like, who he shouldn't like. And he was like stuck in between the mother, the sisters, and who he wants to be with. And it was a constant thing. And that's exactly what I've been going through for so many years. And it's so freaking weird, honestly, how he would choose sides. It's like when he was in good terms with them, he would push me to the side and he would isolate me. He would treat me like shit. And then when he was in good terms with me, he would treat them like shit and put them to the side. And it was like a game, a weird fucking game of like just choosing sides. And he's been doing that for so many years with so many people, and I just couldn't understand what was going on until I started noticing, wait a minute, he's done this with his friends, he's done this with my friends, he's done this with my family members, he's done this with his family members. Like, what the fuck is this? And again, I did not notice these things until years later. But only one difference that I will clarify is that I do have brothers and sisters, but I never had brothers like her to back me up. She had her brothers backing her up all the time because she was like the first girl of the family, you know, and they protected her and stuff. I never had that. So I had no one to really back me up. So this man felt authority over me. Like, he felt like he was able to abuse me, you know? Manipulate me, whatever you want to call it. I don't like using the word abuse because it's so common. I've said that before. But I mean, it is a verbal manipulation, I guess.